Hey guys, welcome back to Ace Recaps. Today I'm going to be explaining a 2020 Hindi fantasy horror short story titled, Ghost Stories. A beautiful antique house is seen in the background while a couple, Ira and Dhruv, are seen talking to each other about having an arranged marriage. After a while of jibber-jabber, the both of them get back into the house and tell their parents that they're all set to do so. Dhruv belongs to a wealthy family that has its deep dark secrets. When they announce their marriage, Dhruv's parents tell him to ask his granny's permission, who unfortunately died 20 years ago. Ira finds this weird but shakes it off, thinking he's just playing around with his imagination, as he was very close to his granny when he was younger. A month passes by and we watch a grand celebration of their wedding. Ira seems to be very happy, but Dhruv starts to sulk after looking at his granny's picture. He seems to be sad that she wasn't able to make it to his wedding. They tie the knot and the scene cuts to their house. The both of them seem to be on cloud nine, happy that they met each other. They start to make sweet love as it's their first night. Dhruv goes down on his gorgeous wife and the door suddenly opens. Dhruv sits up and starts talking to his granny even though there's nobody there. He tells Ira that she's come to tell them good night, but Ira refuses to say it as she can't really see anyone. Once the spirit leaves, Dhruv gets mad at her and he just goes off to sleep. What a little bitch. Would you let go of an opportunity to be with this beautiful woman just because the spirit of your grandmother walks in? Ira, not being able to process whatever just happened, decides to go for a walk around the house. As she keeps walking, she hears the sound of a walking cane. This freaks her out, but she is suddenly interrupted by her mother-in-law, who is sleepwalking. The next night at dinner, Ira, looking as beautiful as ever, convinces Dhruv to get an apartment of their own, as it isn't healthy for him to be talking to someone who's been dead for the past 20 years. Dhruv agrees to start his new life with her in another location but close by, so he can come visit every day. As they are about to go to bed, Ira notices Dhruv talking to his granny again. He tells her about their plan to move and promises to visit her every day, and then proceeds to play peek-a-boo with her. This messes with Ira's head, and so she decides to walk around the house again. She stumbles into Granny's room where she spots a massive altar and Granny's cane right there. The maid suddenly interrupts her and warns her never to enter that room as it belongs to Granny. The next morning, Ira walks up to the maid and confronts her about whatever's going on in the house. The maid tells her that she's been working there for the past 32 years. Granny and Dhruv had a very strong bond since he was just a little baby. When she passed away, the whole family was grief-stricken, but lucky for them, even though Granny died, she did not move on to the afterlife. She's still back at the house protecting the family. An annoyed Ira then enters Granny's room and starts yelling at the top of her voice. She tells Granny to stop messing with her head and show herself if she's really there. Ira then proceeds to take her cane and hide it under her bed. That night she makes sweet love to her husband, but Dhruv just can't get his head in place as Granny didn't show up to wish him good night. Oh God, why are we Indians so weird? Ira tells him that she must be sleeping and brushes it off. The next morning, the maid serves everyone a hearty breakfast and the family goes off to work. Ira suddenly has terrible cramps in her stomach and is escorted to the room by the maid. The maid tells her that as Granny grew sick, she asked her to poison her breakfast so that her pain would finally go away. The maid, being loyal, could not deny her master's wishes and did as she was asked. She finally reveals that to this day, her master still makes her poison people she doesn't like. Just as Ira is about to lose consciousness, the whole family enters the room and does the way of the cross, indicating the end of the line for the beautiful woman. A few moments later, Ira wakes up and is surprised to see Granny waiting to greet her. She tells her that she's now dead and a part of the house forever. She introduces her to all the people who also didn't believe that Granny was real and has a merry evil laugh as the movie comes to an end. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.